Now the next nakshatra is Ardra, and it comes from 640 of Gemini until 1959 of Gemini. So it comes right in the middle of Gemini, and Ardra is actually a kind of sort of play on Rudra. Rudra is the deity of Ardra, and it's probably they just took that U out at some point and just said Ardra. It's ruled by Rudra, who is the earliest form of Lord Shiva, who we know as Lord Shiva. His appearance, Lord Shiva's appearance, came in the Sri Rudram from the Krishna Yajurveda, and this is the deity of that nakshatra from 640 Gemini until 1959 Gemini. And this is also right on the plane of the galaxy. The galactic plane runs along this section. At 640, at the very beginning of Ardra, we're looking directly away from the center of the galaxy. And so this is a very transformative nakshatra, as shown by Rudra and Shiva energy. It's to transform and change and destroy that which is not in accordance with Dharma and righteousness and truth. And the continuation of the story of Prajapati wanting to procreate with his daughter in order to populate and to create a universe. As the daughter flees and Prajapati pursues in Mrigashira, in Ardra, all of the demigods put together their most fierce qualities and created one sort of badass deity called Rudra, because Rudra would be strong enough to bring down Prajapati and stop him from committing this sin as they saw it. And that's what happens in Ardra. Lord Rudra draws his bow and shoots Brahma and brings Brahma down in the form of the deer. There are other stories related with Ardra and Rudra and Shiva. Some have to do with his sacrifice. The Daksha, King Daksha's sacrifice also has to do with these qualities of that same story, by the way, which I'm not going to get into. But Ardra is a nakshatra of change, swift action, transformation, and destruction. So you need to be careful of what you destroy. Planets in Ardra have that quality of fighting for righteousness, fighting for truth. But we need to be careful because we might be making a mistake. And just like in the story, they were hunting Brahma because they thought his motives were impure, and they brought him down. But they actually didn't understand the whole story behind it all. And so that's the story of the creation that we have. It's a very interesting metaphor. I actually talk a lot about this in certain courses that I have on nakshatras and whatnot, where I really dissect the story a lot. But Ardra Nakshatra is where Lord Shiva lives, and he's the god of change and destruction of the old around themes of righteousness. And it exists in the sign of Gemini, which is about ideas. It's about challenging authority. It's opposite Sagittarius, where someone says, oh, just believe this. Gemini, Shiva's like, I'm not believing anything. You prove it to me. And this kind of fierce rebellion is in Ardra. And it's right along the galactic plane. So this is Ardra Nakshatra, very powerful, related to Lord Shiva. And any planets there have that quality of transformation, righteousness, and defending the truth.